Hi, I'm LZ, and I'm a slow knitter. I have a lot of projects that I want to knit, but alas, I don't have much time, and when I do, I don't progress as much. So I have decided that I will be knitting for a day, and I'll see how much I can knit in the span of this whole day. I have a couple of projects that I want to knit, and there are a couple of rules that I will be following for me not to get exhausted and also not to get any cramps on my hands. Also very exciting to do this knitting marathon because I don't actually know how much I can knit in one day. It's very interesting. That will be a very good data collected for my further experimentations in the future. And we can go and look at all the rules that I have prepared for myself. Shall we go through the rules? Rule number 1, I will be knitting in my spare time. Rule number 2, I will be counting down how much time I have spent knitting using my phone timer here. Rule number 3, I will be stopping the timer anytime I will have breaks. Rule number 4, I will be having breaks every 30 minutes to stretch my hands and also update you guys on the progress of how much I have knitted. When it comes to breaks, it's very important to do stretches. I would say every 30 minutes it's very healthy. It's important not to get any type of other injury. My hands are there to knit beautiful garments. So I don't want to cause any injury to them and then, be very sad. So I have a couple of projects that I will be knitting. I have one that is currently on the needles and I will show you. First project that I have is olive oil jumper, and as you can see I am already at the top here. There are a couple of things that I need to finish still. At the back it has a sailor collar and I don't know how to do these, so it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, I think maybe I'll spend 9 hours knitting today and I'll see how much I can progress. Either I will finish this and then I can continue to the next project, or I'm probably not even gonna finish this one. But I have enough yarn, so I think I should be okay. The second project I have is Juniper jacket, and hopefully I can cast it on at least today. And I hope it's gonna be a little fun experiment because I have never knitted that long and I think it's gonna be fun. For today I'm just gonna be knitting. Sometimes it's gonna be slow, sometimes it's gonna be fast, but I think it's gonna be exciting. So let's start, shall we? It's been 30 minutes. I have knitted for 30 minutes. I have knitted 4 or 5 rows back and forth. So it was knit stitch and then rib stitch. And I only finished the decreases for the collar. I'm still doing the decreases for the raglan. The 30 minutes that I have spent knitting, I actually spend a lot longer fixing this yarn barf situation. And obviously I didn't include it in my timer because it is not knitting. And also reading and understanding the pattern took me some time again because I had to go back and check if I'm doing it right, and then being like, oh no, I did a mistake, so I gotta fix the mistake. Also I had to come back a bit because I forgot that I was doing the decreases. So yeah, it was an interesting 30 minutes that I have experienced. And now I'm doing the stretches because it's 30 minutes, the first 30 minutes to do the stretches. I can feel a bit of a tension here, but I think that's from yesterday because I didn't do any stretches and I did knit yesterday too. I'm just gonna knit, and if I feel tired, I'll stop. But it's gonna be interesting if I actually finish this today or not, because it takes a lot of time to talk to you, to set up, and also to just fix things that are annoying, like yarn barf, because it was very annoying. I think it took me 10 minutes, and then I got very annoyed at it, and then I cut it because I just couldn't anymore. I was like, I don't have that much patience. Not today. Like today I just want to sit and knit. It's a break, and I just want to show you my little garden. They were outside, but now they're inside because it's -2, I think, and didn't want them to like freeze to death, so now they're here. But yeah, for now, I'm here on the floor and I'm chilling, and I think, oh, I just found my crochet hook under the sofa. I found my crochet hook. It was under the sofa. I was looking for it. I'm usually using it for casting on stitches. I'm very tired, but it's a perfect day to just knit and not do anything else. Hello. It's been 2 hours. Well, 2 hours, 6 minutes. I am still knitting. I actually have finished one ball and now I'm on the second ball, which is quite exciting. And I think it's gonna be enough this one. I have one more ball in case I don't have enough yarn. Also, you probably noticed that the dye lot or the color is a bit different. Just don't at me because I know that the dye lot is different. I've decided not to buy any more yarn for this project, and I kind of like the idea that, I don't know, I just like the fact that it's different colors, different shades of yarn now. And yes, it's a bit darker here and there is a line. I could have done a different technique, but I decided no, I don't want to. So I decided to go with it, and this is how it is. I like it just because it reminds me of like the moss, and the fact that the moss is like, it's just the nature has different shades of green in it, and I kind of want my clothes to have different shades of colored yarn in it too, and I feel like something is very special. Also the fact that, you know, instead of constantly buying different yarns all the time and trying to figure out what is the shade you need or to find the shade that you need, it's okay to just knit with that shade. And I hope it makes sense because my brain is a little bit like thinking about knitting right now, so it's just kind of like, oh, I'm gonna knit, and then purl. I don't know, but I only knitted for like 2 hours. I don't know why I'm going crazy already. But yes, so we are already very close to actually finishing this whole neck situation. I think I only have like a couple of more rows of decreases, and then I should be fine. I don't know, is it casting off? I didn't read my pattern further on. I don't know what's gonna happen next. So I think I'm just going with it. I only made like one mistake here and there. I think I'm gonna have, obviously I'm having a break right now because it is break time. So I'm gonna have some lunch / just some yogurt and fruits. See you later. OMG. I just made myself a blueberry yogurt. It's just blueberries and yogurt. I would say it's possible to knit for ages, but at the same time, I mean, come on, it's very tiresome. Why would you want to do this to yourself? But at the same time, you want to like finish the project, and that's why you want to do that, and because you really, I want to really wear that project. And instead of like this one, which is just a store-bought knitted sweater. I want my own. Oh my god, imagine with the sleeves. This one probably took me like 30 hours already. I mean, I've been knitting it for ages. Also, the fact that the sleeves are humongous. By the way, all that yarn that I have, like this, for this project, because I did hack it off, is now going to my little bowl, which I need a bigger one because I have loads of things in it. But this is just a bowl of scrap yarn, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use these little brushes, and then I'm gonna brush it, and then I'm gonna make yarn out of it. As you can see, they're all different colors. I really want to like create yarn that you can just like reuse for something. Instead of throwing the scrap yarn, you can make something out of it. But what I want to do is I want to spin from it, which I have done, and I just have my drop spindle. Actually, I'm going to show you. Oh, okay, I'm back. I just have to like jump into the frame. So this is my drop spindle that is like full of spun yarn, and you can see hand spun yarn is fantastic. Also the fact that it is just so many different colors, and it is full of different types of fibers. It's just so like, it's just so textured. I really want to knit something out of it. It's gonna look so cool. That was a little advertisement. Thank you very much for listening. I was procrastinating for probably 20 minutes now because I was just dancing around and didn't want to knit. So I think one of the things why I'm not knitting as often is because I procrastinate a lot and talk to the camera instead of do things like knitting. Bye! Excuse me, who is she? Can we talk about this? Hello and welcome. I had to set it up like this because it was just like impossible, but have you seen her? Who is she? I haven't finished, like, there's a hole here, there's a hole here, obviously. The collar's not done, obviously, but we are basically there. I'm still trying to like figure out whether the collar needs to be that high, but then at the same time there will be like a sailor thing going on. I'm not sure what's happening here. Why is it like so high? But then do I really need it high? Who knows? So right now it's like this. I dig it. I like it. I am in love with the color. I'm even in love with the thing that I didn't like at first. The color change. And the fantastic thing, it looks great with this skirt and with this belt. It fits. It fits. Bottom up. Bottom up. Bottom down. Ah! I had a cactus there and now it hit me. Oh no, I got picked by a cactus and now I have cactus needles. Okay, I think we're safe for now, but I need to be more careful being near the cactuses. So I still have like yarn attached to me and also the needles, but I'm just finishing it up. I just wanted to like test it out whether it looks great, and it does. And also the fact that the neck isn't that like, it's not too short. It's actually perfect because that's how much I really wanted it. Also, like, I wanted that rib right under my bust, which it is ish. I could probably block it and make it a bit longer, but I'm not a fan of like super long, so this is just Perfect. I love the sleeves. Obviously, it's intensely hot right now. I'm literally like, my apartment's 23 degrees. I am sweating. This is what you get. This is the chaotic mess that everybody wants, or maybe they don't want, but when you're a creative person, you always have chaos at home. So yeah, if you like it, comment please. Like, do you love this? I love it. Both of them, they're beautiful. I'm just very warm. I need to like take it out. But outside it would be fantastic right now, like, because it's -2. It's perfect. Okay. See you later. Well, I finished. We still have a collar to finish, so realistically I'm not done yet. It took me around 3 hours to finish, to cast it off, but I still have a sailor collar to finish, so we're still going on. It is still happening. We're still doing this. I do love it. Took me 3 hours. I hope sailor collar is not gonna take me 3 hours. But it's already 4, by the way, so it's dark. Had to use lights everywhere. I've got a bit of a collar going on. Wait, I need to check whether I stopped my timer or not. I did. So here is the sailor collar. I need to knit like 19 more centimeters of this. I mean, it is color work, so it's taking a bit of time, just like trying to unwind all the balls, but I'm trying to use the insertion method with like 2 balls of white and 1 of the main color. So I think it's turning out very nice. I really like it. My excitement is like, my energy levels are so low. That's why I decided that I need some like snack time. So not even snack, just a normal food time. So I'm gonna have some food and then I'm gonna continue. I'm doing a lot of breaks, like a lot of exercises to my hands. They do still hurt a bit. So I can feel a bit of a, like, I don't want to say pain, it's just a bit pressure, so it's annoying. I don't know how other people do it, like how they knit for like 9 hours straight. Maybe they don't, maybe they do, but I don't think I can knit that much. Maybe crochet I can, but not knit. I'm losing my mind. It's been fun though. So I've been talking a lot more than I should. I've been updating you a lot more than I should. Salutations. I decided that I'm gonna take a break because I started feeling some pain in this hand, in the right hand, and I think I didn't have like an actual break, but it's been 4.5 hours. I am still doing the collar. It is still the back of the collar, so I think it's gonna take some time. So it is also curling a bit. You can't see that it's actually a lot longer here, but I think is it 10 centimeters? I'm not sure. I'm not very good at like measurements, but it looks to be okay for now. I need some breaks, a bit more breaks now, just because we've been doing it a while. I'm feeling some tension in this arm, and it's not a good thing. been a couple of days since I haven't updated you on my marathon and how it actually went. So I think I have left you on the day when I was the day when I was supposed to do the marathon, and I did do it. I will tell you how long it took me. So because I didn't decide that it was going to be a 24-hour challenge, I was just like, the purpose of this marathon was for me to understand how much I can knit without hurting myself. And I have learned that without hurting myself, it took me around 6 or 7 hours. But after that, the next day, my finger did hurt. So the marathon was somewhat of a success because I did finish everything in 2 days, not in one, because on the day of the marathon, there were a lot of things happening. I had family over, so I couldn't really just knit. I had to make food for myself. I had to tend around people. It was very spontaneous. I kind of decided, you know what, I'll just do it that day because I really needed to finish the sweater. And I did finish the sweater. It took me 2 days to finish, or this much hours. And the day of the marathon that I was spending, it took me this time to do most of the things. In the day of the marathon, I did finish the whole sweater. And the next day, and I also cast on the sailor collar. The next day, I finished the sailor collar, and then it also took me a couple of days to block it and then connect everything together. So in total, I think I counted it down. In total, it took me around this time to finish everything. And I will show you how beautiful it looks. I did not expect it to look that beautiful, but even if I had problems with dye lots and there were a couple of things that I had to modify in the pattern, and also my thumb pain, I still managed to finish it, and it looks fabulous. Here it is. This is olive oil jumper, and it looks fantastic. I sewn in the collar. I blocked the whole sweater, but right now this is it. It is fantastic. I cannot believe it is done. I weaved in all the ends. The blocking was a bit hard because it started bleeding green, and then I was like, oh no, if it's bleeding green, it could potentially ruin these white accents. So I tried to wash it in the bathtub so it doesn't do anything awful to this sweater. I think it turned out wonderful. I will also add a little brooch here. So this is how the sailor collar looks from the back. The problem that I have found with doing a marathon is that I didn't expect that my finger's gonna hurt a lot. Actually, it's still kind of hurting, so I'm trying to reduce the amount of time I'm knitting, but usually I would knit for 3 hours, so it starts being a bit annoying. And I've noticed that if I'm spinning yarn, it starts to hurt too. So it looks like I'm using this area a lot. I'm trying to figure out how to hold my needles a lot better. What I found about this marathon, it was a lot of challenges. First of all, it's a lot of knitting and trying to figure out the pattern. So I didn't include in the time figuring out the pattern. I have spent a lot more time doing this than the actual knitting time. And the knitting time is this. So imagine it actually took me the whole day, but when I was looking at the timer for knitting, it was only like 6 or 7 hours. And then I was like, it cannot be that. But no, it was that. In addition, I was procrastinating a lot. You probably saw that. I was like dancing around. To be fair, I tried to also have the breaks, and even with the 30-minute breaks every time, sometimes I didn't want to have a 30-minute break because it was just like too close. It still started to hurt. So it is possible that because I never knitted that long in my life before for a short period of time, my muscles weren't very used to it, so they were just decided that they're gonna hurt. But I mean, I found it okay. When it comes to if I want to do it next time, I will try it again. But maybe next time I'll try to have like a whole day for myself, maybe organize some food so that I don't have to cook. Also, if I feel pain, I would probably stop again the same time and I did this time. I've stopped, and also I didn't want to like do any mistakes on the collar, so I decided that I'm not going to finish the whole collar. So yeah, I've stopped when I felt a lot of pain, and I will recommend that to you too. If you're feeling pain in any area of your body when you're knitting, like if it's a bit tense, maybe try to stretch a bit. I also found the back hurt a bit, so because I was like this, or like I was just looking at the thing. So the best thing is to find the best posture. I think the marathon was fun. Even if I struggled with knitting, I think we do a lot of like unhealthy things. So I think it would be the best thing to stop these unhealthy things. I don't even know what to say. The marathon was fun. I found it very interesting. I might do it again, but 24 hours, a bit of a stretch. 7 hours, it was a lot. And it was with breaks. 24 hours sounds like a lot of bad things. Maybe you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of my crazy marathon adventures where I procrastinate a lot and I don't want to knit, and I decide that I will knit for 24 hours. If you want to see that kind of video, I might do it. People comment on this video, I might do the 24-hour marathon, but I do not guarantee that I will come out of it alive. Or like with fingers. So if you really want to see me struggle, I would love to do that, because that would be awesome to finish my projects that I have, and I have loads, and I have a lot of plans. I have loads of like patterns that I bought, but I didn't buy yarn for, and I really want to knit them, but I keep being like, this is impossible. You cannot just knit every month a new big garment, because you can do it for children's clothes, you can't do it for adults' clothes because they're big. And also, most of the time, you want something that is with fingering weight yarn. And fingering weight yarn is very tiny, and then knitting with it takes you a lot longer than with something like a worsted weight or chunky weight. So, yeah. But if you want, I guess I can. Imagine if me doing like a project, like a lace weight project. God, I would be probably annoyed. By the way, after this one, I started a fingering weight. Maybe it's not fingering, but it's a lot smaller than this one. And I am very annoyed. It's also back and forth, also very long and daunting, and I don't really like purling as much. I don't know, I feel like it just takes me a lot longer to purl than knit, and I wish I bought myself something that is not a cardigan, but I bought a cardigan. Now I have to knit that cardigan. I also like the idea of steeking. I really want to try that, but I don't know how it works with like, I don't actually know how it works. Like, I don't understand. How do you cut and it doesn't unravel? It is very confusing to me. But doing color work back and forth is awful. And I'm only doing 2 colors. And it's already awful. I don't like it. But I love knitting in the round and doing color work in the round, but not back and forth. What should I say? It's becoming very chaotic, and I feel like editing LZ is gonna hate me. Sorry about that. So yeah, if you enjoyed this type of video and want to see more of me knitting loads of things, and also love the historical vibes that I am just having all the time, also I have a lot of more interesting things coming up. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye everyone. Love you all, folks. Bye.